Welcome to lecture 31. The title of this lecture is Worldwide Illusion of Religious Fasting. So, this fasting is very old, and there are almost 4,000 religions on our beautiful planet. So, these religions have T shaped our planet because the religions have divided the humanity into different sect or different caste or whatever it is. So, because this is a main disintegration force along with the capitalism to divide the humanity into different nationality, different have and have not. So, that is the reason I have put this heading Worldwide Illusion of Religious Fasting. So, myth of the worldwide religious fasting. Almost all the religions of the world are observing fasting with some variation in eating stuff, time, day, or month with different rituals and dissimilar ways of worshipping of God. In Islamic countries, especially in Pakistan, so they are fighting for the moon sighting. Their time of breaking the fast are different. Shia is different, Sunni has different, and they have different, ways to celebrate. But one thing is, it's a, same with them. So this is the best month for ripping off the poor people to mint the money and to collect the donation. And in Canada, I have observed that they sharpen their knives and they are asking the people, this is a blessing month of Ramadan and give you donation, you will go into paradise, God will happy with you, so many things. And our stuff, stupid people, they are giving their money. It's our problem. We created these, religious people. If we think properly, the religion should be, they should not exist on this planet. They have de-shaped our planet. So, a religious definition of the fasting, nearly all the religion, almost 4,000 I explained you, including present religion of Islam, signify fasting is a heartful asking of God. So all the religion, the common thing, the God is angry, and if you will keep the fasting, that He will become happy. Will and glory in one's life by praying, and it is a way to achieve the proximity of God, nearness of God, to make Him happy because He was unhappy before observing the fast. In the light of the education of all religion, fasting means abstaining from consuming different foods or liquors and sex from dawn to sunset and worshipping of God. So these three things are common in all the religion. Worshipping of God, abstaining some food, different kind of food, and also sex. Christianity fasting. The Bible has mentioned to practice fasting to seek the friendship of God. Jesus fasted before he began his public ministry. Luke 4 1 2. Nehemiah fasted to help him confess his son to God. So if you observe the fasting, it means your all the sin they will remove. So you are admitting that I am a criminal, I am a sinner, So you keep the fasting and God will. This is Christianity. And from this, the same concept has gone to another religion, especially in Islam, and turned away from them and to ask God for favor in the sight of the king of Persia to get permission to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. So this is mentioned in Nehemiah. This is 1:4. David fasted to ask God to intervene because of injustice. Son. So this is David. This is all Bible. Judaism fasting. It's a very strange that. Why? Because their because their fasting is a little bit lighter than other. They can drink water, they can eat certain food. So fasting for Jew means completely abstaining from food and drink including water. Traditionally, vigilant Jews fast 6 days. So this is as compared to Muslim of the year, except for Yom Kippur. Fasting is never prohibited on Sabbath, day of Sabbath. Moses fasted during the 40 days and 40 nights. He was on Mount Sinai to receive the law from God. So Jews are doing the rebellious action or deeds for fasting 6 days. They should follow the Sunnah of Moses or footage of Moses, and they should also keep 40 nights and 40 days. Hinduism. Fasting in Hinduism is a declaration of faith. Again, same thing. And way to build character, strength, self control, and purity of the mind. They also consider fasting as a praiseworthy deed or good karma. Indian leader Mahatma Gandhi used to fast as a political weapon. So when the British government did not hear any, his demand, so he went on fasting, till to the death. Then fasting also used as a punishment in Hinduism for minor mistake to observe fast for 3 days. So they have this. Atheists, Buddhists also believe in fast. Look, it's a so strong religion. Buddhist was the atheist, and he invented the rosary. The gift of rosary was given to all the religion. It's a Buddha. Muslim, Christian, Iranian, Hinduism, they are all using rosary beads. Buddhist monks and nuns following the Vyanava rules commonly do not eat each day after the noon meal. This is not considered a fast but rather as a discipline, a routine, aiding in meditation and good health. It will assist you in the meditation. Followers of Baha'i, Jainism, Mandanism, pre-Columbian Americas, Taoism, and yoga people. Yoga is for the, you know, rich people who does not do any job. If you are doing a very laborious job, you don't need any yoga. When you come home, you will ask me the food and go to the bed. But all these people who are parasite, they are doing yoga. Observe fasting according to their religious ritual eating manners. So this is I have given the summary. There are very long story, but I don't want to go into detail. Just I want to give you what is the summary. Japanese fasting. Japanese has used fasting as a punishment for the Buddhist sin of meat consumption. So if you eat the meat, so you will have punishment initially for 3 days. Look, this is a religion. Meat is a proteins. And Chinese eat everything. Snake, rats, whatever you give them. Eating meat other than seafood, defined here simply as meat, was seen by Buddhist elites as a kind of spiritually corruption practice for meat consumption. So let me come to our now. Fasting in Islam. Fasting is obligatory for every Muslim 1 month in the year during the month of Ramadan. Muslims are expected to abstain from eating, drinking, and sexual relation from dawn to sunset each day of the month. And it is written in the Quran that at the time of Muhammad, so they were fasting by seeing the white line and they break the fast by seeing the black line. So these stupid our religious people they does not know. They don't know that their God is unaware this great information that Scandinavian country there is a 6 month day and 6 month night. How the people will keep the fasting over there? So this is a religion, and I will explain you what is the white line or the black line. When now there are 4 or 5 lectures coming now. I will keep you busy in the month of Ramadan. Holy month of Ramadan is a period of fasting and spiritual growth and one of the 5 pillars of Islam. So this is a fasting. Holy, spiritual. It's one of the pillars of Islam. The declaration of faith that God is one. This is false. God is not a one. If you say God is one, He is not a God then. They are borrowed from Jew. Prayer. Muslim pray facing Makkah 5 times a day. In Quran there is no Makkah, there is no 5 time prayers. So what are you talking? So this is the reason this nation, what we have 2 billion Muslim, they are based on these 5 pillars. And they are the herd of sheep. They are ignorant, living in the darkness. Look, this is not in the Quran. Salat is not in the Quran. And Zakat, it is not in the Quran. Alms giving, they want their money. It's a big business for them. Fasting, Psalm in the month of Ramadan, there in the Quran, there is no month of Ramadan, there is no even fasting in the Quran. We are coming. I'll give you all these details from where they got this idea and how they make the translation of that Psalm in Ramadan. Pilgrimage performing Hajj and Umrah, this is also not in the Quran. So these 5 false pillars on which our society has been established from the last 1400 years, this is the product we have now. This is the people we have now. They are living in the deep darkness, sea of the darkness now. So this is the we are now. We are the worst creation on this planet. You can buy any person and look the Ramadan now. Look all their marketing, all their azan or their praying. They are crying and asking you donation and this and that. Shaitan has been put in the chain, but all the big, religious leaders as well as capitalist leaders, they are free. They are whatever you increase the price. It is a hell for the poor people. The end of Ramadan marks the beginning of Islamic holiday, Eid, Eid al-Fitr, the festival of breaking the fast. On this day, many Muslims attended a religious service, visited relatives and, and friends and exchange. The word Eid, Quran does not use for this purpose. The word Eid has been used Isa alayhi salam when he said to his nation that I will make your economy rich and not 1 year you will get Eid. Every moment, every second, every day you will have Eid because if your economy is okay, you can eat anything, you can buy anything. Moon sighting and giving charity is a compulsory in the month of Ramadan. And on the moon sighting in Pakistan, they especially use telescope and some idiot, this mullah, they are over there and they before after sighting the moon they have their dinner in the five-star hotel and they are taking money and government want to do that. Why? Because the government want to use them. It's a religious bribe for them. And then there's a difference. Oh, we saw the moon in Peshawar, but they people say we did not see, we will not start Ramadan. So this is a source of integration, dividing the nation. Already they have been divided. So Muslims are also practicing following non-compulsory fasting other than obligatory fasting of the month. Look, other disease, Ashura. Shia, it is their fasting specially. Then month of Shawwal fasting, Sunni are keeping is special. Then Arfat fasting. During their Hajj, when they visit the Arfat, there is a fasting also. Dual Hajjah fasting, first 9 days. This is the month of Hajjah. Dawdi fasting, following the Sunnah of Dawud alayhi salam, they are fasting. And fasting on Monday and Sunday, lunar year, Muslims are keeping. So these are the other fasting which they are doing. Now the fasting in the light of fear, it's a long, lengthy chapter, but I just brought you through 2, 3, hadiths. Abu Huraira said that the Prophet said, in Ramadan the gates of the paradise are open, the gates of the hellfire are closed, and devils or shaitan are chained. Okay? Where is this hell? Where is this paradise? This whole planet is a hell now. There is no need to open or close the door of hell and heaven. We are all living in a hell. We are the slave of corporation. We are the slave of these all our rulers. They are also corporation. They are working for that. What will be the hell? Where is that heaven? Nobody knows. Because these all hadiths are fictitious. The performance of Umrah during Ramadan is equal in reward to performing Hajj. This is marketing. Look, a lot of people going to Saudi Arabia during Ramadan to make their meter zero. Another hadith, Anas bin Malik related that Prophet said, when Lailatul Qadr comes, Jibrail descended with a company of angels who asked for blessing on everyone who is remembering Allah, whether they are sitting or standing. I already gave the lecture of Jibrail. Now you know what is Jibrail. Look how stupid we are. Jibrail. Now where is the Jibrail? Other angels. So it's a utopia. They are taking the Muslim into utopia. Lailatul Qadr. This is a part of Ramadan. Asha related that. This is again another hadith. Prophet said, look for Lailatul Qadr on an odd number. night during the last 10 nights. I lived in Saudi Arabia 40 years. Nobody could find Lailatul Qadr night. There you see pigeons, they are flying. And this is lecture is coming Lailatul Qadr. So I'll give you all the lecture after 3 days. At least in the month of Ramadan, I will give you all the all the verses, the meaning of the verses there where the Quran has used the word song. So now, fasting as a punishment for different crimes. You fast, and if you kill the person, you are okay. It is the translation of the Quran. They did the injustice with the Quran. 2 month fasting as a blood white for murdering a person. 492. No. And the Quran is saying if you killed one person, you have killed the entire humanity. They call it vidyata, blood white. And look the verse 492. I will not go to it, I'll just do it. Yusuf Ali. Never should a believer kill a believer. How they are bringing, how they corrupt how they insult the Quran, how they insult the Allah, how they insult the reasonable education of the Quran. But if it is so happen by mistake, compensation is due. If one so kills a believer, it is ordained that he should free a believing slave. So this is first punishment. If you kill one person, so free one slave, it means they have given this impression that in the Quranic system there was an innumerable slave. It's a slavery system all over there. So fasting will reduce the slavery. Look, this is written over here. Where Quran, it break all the shackle of the economic slavery, woman slavery, sex slavery, all kind of slavery. It is ordinary that he should free a believing slave, okay, and pay compensation to the deceased family unless they remit it freely. If the deceased belonged to a people at war with you and he was a believer, the freeing of the believing slave, again, if he belonged to a people with whom you have treaty of mutual alliance, compensation should be paid to this family, and a believing slave be freed again. Then, for this who find this beyond their means, they could not find a slave, a fast of 2 months running, fast of 2 months, by way of repentance to Allah, for Allah has all knowledge and all wisdom. But knowledge Allah has only. So this is the translation, all the translation. This is Yusuf Ali. And all the translation, go and check. And I will give you the translation of this verse in my lecture. You will astonish to understand what they have done with the Islam. You will be shocked. Number two punishment. Two type of punishment. Punishment for divorce and calling a divorced wife my mother. If you give the divorce to your wife and then you say you are my mother, In your fighting, the punishers. So this is Allazina yuzahiruna minkum min nisa'im ma hunna ummatahum inna ummatahum illa ala waladinnahum wa innahum la yakunu munkar min al-qawl wazru wa inna Allah ghafurur rahim. Yusuf Ali. If any man among you divorce their wives and they are called Zara, calling them mothers, this is not the meaning of Zara. They cannot be their mothers. None can be their mother except those who gave them birth. And in fact, they use word both iniquitous and false. But truly, Allah is one that blots out sins and forgive again and again. So this is what is now forgiveness Allah. The next verse, 83, 58:3. والذين يظاهرون من نسائهم ثم يؤذون لما قالوا فتحرير رقبة من قبل أن يتمسا ذلكم توعظون به والله بما تعملون خبير. But those who divorced their wives by Zara, calling her mother, then wish to go back on the words they uttered, it is ordinate that such a one he should free a slave before they touch each other. So after divorce, if they want to get together, so they should free one slave. But in India, when the remainder married to Imam Ali, they become Muslim. This is the reason. And then they, in both religions, they were not allowed second marriage. So they are, you admonish to perform, and Allah is well acquitted with all. So this is one. You should free one slave. The second punishment, 2 month fasting, second kind of punishment of this crime. First, killing one person, and now, if you said divorce your wife and you call her my mother, then if you keep 2 months fasting, it's okay. So this is your Islam. فمن لم يجد فصيام شهرين متابعين من قبل أن يتمسا ومن لم يستطع فطعام 60 مسكينا ذلك لتؤمنوا بالله ورسوله وتلك حدود الله والكافرين عذاب أليم. And if Allah has made the worthwhile, he should fast for 2 months. Number one. There's another. Consecutively, before they touch each other. But if any is unable to do, he should feed 60 indigent ones. So look from this verse, all this charity during the month of Ramadan and charity concept in Pakistan or in Saudi Arabia and all Islamic country, all these people they amass the wealth by illegal means, and then they give the dinner to the poor people, and then they brought the TV channel and they made the propaganda. Then like our one person, this property, Riaz Malak. So he looted all the lands of the Pakistan, and then he made one mosque, and then in the Ramadan he's giving 40 food for the 40,000, and then all the TVs and all the newspaper there. Remember one thing: all these people who are doing under the shelter of charity, under the donation and feeding the poor people, this is all crime. Because first of all, the people who donate this, from where they got this money? You cannot make money by honest way. So this is all in the wrong direction. That is why in Muslim you will see beggars everywhere. But in Sikh, in other nations, you will not see a single beggar. We all Muslims are like a beggar now. Zakat, Fitrana, all these mosques they're begging. All these mullahs, all these imam, all these, philosophers, religious, they are begging, they are taking money. And Shiism, if you call them for sermon, they'll take millions, 2 million. And this is a big business. And it has been controlled by the religious people. So feed 60 indigent men. This that may show your faith. Your faith. This is the problem. Faith is the problem. In Allah. Why Allah make them poor? Because Allah knows they are the burglars. And His messenger, look, messenger. Those who are limits set by Allah, for those who reject Him, there is a grievous plenty. So this is the I have given you these three verses. This from the Quran and this is their translation. This translation is 180 degree against the education of the Quran. In my next lecture, I will take one by one. Now, I will also discuss what was a Maryam's fast. Look, they are so foolish. It is written in their book that she delivered the baby and Jibril came over there and Jibril by breath, pregnant her. And now, when she has delivered the baby, she was fasting. She needs food. They don't know what they are saying. Right after delivery, mother needs some water, some milk, some food, but they know it's a religion. And then there is no fasting and month of Ramadan in the Quran. They fabricated this month. In the Quran, there is no month, no name of any month. Time is our responsibility. We should make. We should name the month, years, second, time, day, and night. Look, every nation has their own months. So this will be the next. What was the Maryam fast? One lecture, then there is a no fasting and month of Ramadan in the Quran. So this will be another, and also all these punishment, and then Lailatul Qadr. This will be a separate lecture. So if you have any question, please write us back. Thank you very much.